technology, why are we looking at all of this? Well, what we had here was a computer lab, and that was the extent of it. It meant our children got 30 to 50 minutes a week using technology here. And I think all of us agree that our kids probably need more than that. We want our kids to have the tools that they use in everyday life. It's our responsibility to adapt to their, or to adapt to their learning styles. Technology really does a lot of things for learning. It allows us as teachers, for example, to differentiate instruction. Students can be in different areas at different times. It allows for creativity because they're able to go after the information and use it in a variety of ways. All of those big things that we look for: creativity, collaboration, problem solving, using critical thinking skills. Technology enhances all of that. Technology isn't a curriculum area. We have curriculum standards for all of our core areas: language, arts, math, science, and the like. The technology is to help us do the curriculum. It allows students to do things that they can't do with just a textbook in the classroom. We actually asked for volunteers to be on the technology committee, and we have so many parents who work for high-level technology companies here in the Silicon Valley, and many of our parents came forward and said they would love to work on it. And they all bring different levels of expertise to the committee, and it's great as we do our long-term planning. Safety and security was really an issue we had to really talk about as a tech committee and as a staff. There are a lot of things out there that are really helpful in this. First, we did look very carefully, for example, with mobile technologies, about what we needed to remind our kids of. So we did add an addendum to our current technology user agreement, which all families need to sign off. If you haven't sent yours in, please make sure you've sent it in, because we won't allow children to use mobile technologies until those are signed by the student and the parent. We can make the restrictions about who the kids can send email to, who they can get it from, so they'll never be getting it from anyone outside their class. We can, once the kids have Gmail accounts under the res domain, we can also lock the strict filtering, so that in addition to the sonic wall filter that we use, we can use Google strict filtering. And what is really nice about that is it's very visual, and you can do it at home on your own computers, and I'll be sending you a little introductory YouTube so that you can see how to do it. Any teacher could walk around the classroom and see easily in a couple of seconds that all the kids are locked into strict filtering. Well, we started by doing the pilot with the iPads in the 5th grade for a variety of reasons, one of which is the fact that we have a teacher who was eager to do it, who had a lot of skills in technology, and was willing to keep going forward with it. And we have a class that was very excited. It's a good age to start them at. iPads are clearly going to be a major thing because of textbook apps on them and other apps. But we also want laptops in our classrooms, a bank of them, so that kids can go over and type. It's much easier to type on the laptop than it is to type on the iPad. We're already starting to use iPod touches in our lower grades. The advances in reading comprehension and reading fluency are phenomenal, and there's a lot of research on the use of iPod touches with reading fluency. We're looking at putting smart boards or DLP projectors, which will allow a wall to actually behave as an interactive whiteboard. We're going to put one smart board into our 3rd grade classroom, and we're starting slow. We're doing pilot programs in classes. So the iPads went into the 5th grade on the 1-to-1, although we have another cart that's circulating throughout. We're doing lots of things as far as professional development with all of our staff, not just our teachers, but our instructional assistants and other staff on campus. For example, in March, Apple will be here twice to do some classes with our teachers. We'll be doing a podcasting class next week, and then at the end of the month, we'll either continue with the podcasting if the teachers feel they need more, or we'll do something else with Apple. There have been a lot of questions about how are we paying for this, and how we're paying for it in the long term remains to be seen as we work on it. How did we start the program that we've got now? How did we purchase the equipment that we've got in the school, the 70 iPads and the various other things, the smart board that's going into the 3rd grade? It really came from a very small number of gifts from some parents who are really interested in seeing this happen. So far we've taken in about $64,000, and that is supporting every cent that we've spent, and we still have a little teeny bit left that we can do a few small things with. We encourage people to continue to give to the technology fund because that will help expand it. We're looking at grant writing, and we have a variety of people interested in that. I've done some successful grant writing in this field before, so I'll be working on some of that too. We're looking with the school board, the finance committee, and the technology committee jointly to see how we're going to fund this for the long term. Technology isn't going away. All of our schools will need to have technology, and that technology needs to be upgraded on a regular basis. We need to find a way to keep that as part of our regular operating. Well, don't take it all from me, because I think really what you'll see when you go over to the 5th grade will show you exactly why this is a great thing and how well it's working over at our 5th grade classroom.
I really like using the iPad because it's very fun, it's educating, it's helpful. We can search the web.
I'm like one of the people who like active things in class, and so this really helps me learn.
For class, I like using iPads for the educational games and reading on iBooks.